Well, my Carolina Panthers finally got back in the win column with a victory over the Atlanta Falcons 25-15. Welcome to the live stream. I am Jamario Rashad. This is a Carolina Panthers and Charlotte Hornet fan channel. Please do me a favor by hitting the like button and make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the channel as I am on my road to 1K. This is my post-game award show. If you are a fan of the channel, you know what that's all about. I come and I bring you weekly awards for performances that I see put forth out there on the field from my Carolina Panthers. And we're going to get into that first award right after this.
From the foe, you did.
Now, the first player I want to talk about this week has been a constant disappointment. And I don't really know how else to categorize just how much disappointment I feel whenever I lay eyes on this guy. It goes to Yetur Gross-Matos. You are this week's first winner of the You Should Have Stayed Your Ass in the Locker Room award. Yetur Gross-Matos, through 10 weeks so far, has only been able to put up one half of a sack, not even a complete sack. He has a half of a sack, and in this game, Marcus Mariota was making him look as if he had no pursuit whatsoever, no ability to tackle, no speed, no nothing. He was just leaving him in the backfield. He actually put a move on him that actually made him slip and fall, embarrassed him on the way to the sideline. Yetur Gross-Matos has been out there on the field for 70+% of the snaps, majority of the games this year, and Marcus Haynes came in and played 2 snaps, and in those 2 snaps, he was able to put up more production than what we were able to get out of Yetur Gross-Matos all year, and especially in this game. So for that reason, Yetur Gross-Matos, you should have stayed your ass in the locker room, sir. Congratulations. All right, now we're moving on, and this next one actually hurts me because it has to go to our second recipient of the You Should Have Stayed Your Ass in the Locker Room award, Ikwem Aquanu, a.k.a. Big Ick. Now, Icky has been very solid. According to Pro Football Focus, he has been one of the best linemen, specifically left tackles, in the league since week 2 after a shaky first game against Myles Garrett in week 1 when we actually lost to the Cleveland Browns. Ikwem Aquanu actually had his worst game since game 1. He had 4 separate holding penalties and was almost maybe a foot and a half away from being causing us to get a actual safety because he got a holding call down on the goal line. So with that being said, man, Icky, it pains me to say, dog, but you should have stayed your ass in the locker room, my boy. Congratulations. Yeah, man, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Now, this next guy, we're going to move on to the good, man, because we actually won this game. So I'm not going to be in here just to, talk trash all on my team, man. We got to talk about the first winner of the Shane O'Mac Here Comes the Money award, Derek Brown, because we're talking a lot about what we're going to have to give to Brian Burns, but Derek Brown is proving to be the absolute most dominant force on this defense, hands down. Okay, today he had 6 total tackles, 2 tackles for loss, and he's just absolutely disruptive in every way, shape, and form out there on the field. Big Derek Brown is an absolute beast, man. Every time he gets in the backfield, he's taking down either the running back in the backfield, or he's causing a rushed pass, or possibly getting to the quarterback. He still needs to improve on his pass rush game, but as of right now, my guy Derek Brown is on his way to the top, and in a few years, we're going to have to pay this guy a lot of money. So with that being said, he is the first winner of the Shane O'Mac Here Comes the Money award, Derek Brown. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout out to my boy Derek Brown, man. He's absolutely out here balling. As you can see on the tagline below, at the end of the show, I will be taking calls. So if you are interested in actually calling and discussing any of these topics, talking about the game, please be sure to go ahead and hit the call-in line, and I will get you live on the show. Now, with that being said, let's move on to these next award, man. We have Mr. Deontay Foreman. And since this game was in Charlotte, North Carolina, I thought it was only right to deem this award the Anthony Hamilton Award, and that goes to Deontay Foreman. He is actually the second time winner of this award. He is the only winner so far, man. Now, I totally agree, man. Haynes needs to start over Gross Matos like immediately. He had a tremendous game, man. That's like, but back to Deontay Foreman for what's this? Since Christian McCaffrey's been gone, maybe 3 or 4 weeks now. He has been coming in, being a bell cow back, getting all of the carries, and this is his actual third game with over 110 yards. His second in just 12 games against the Atlanta Falcons, and he was an absolute beast out there. And hopefully, moving forward, man, I do not want to see him be replaced. I would hope that he comes back next year, but hopefully we take a young guy maybe in the third or fourth round to come in and actually fill out this stable, because I do want to see Chuba Hubbard get up out of there. But with that being said, man, I want to congratulate my guy, Deontay Foreman, on being the very first winner of the Anthony Hamilton Award. Clap it up for my man. Yeah, man, I totally agree, man. We have to bring this guy back with everything that was going on with McCaffrey, and as much as we were losing, as much as we force fed him, and we weren't able to get as much production as we are out of just treating him as a, like just a bell cow power back. I don't see how we can't, or why we wouldn't bring this guy back to just at least be in the stable, if not be the number one next year, man. It has to be. Like, I don't like Hubbard. Like, I don't like Hubbard in any situation. I think if he was more of a pass catching back that we could use, similar to how like Dallas uses Pollard, I think I would like Hubbard more. But we use him as more of a traditional back, and we get absolutely nothing out of that. So moving forward, this is the actual last award, and that goes to PJ Walker. He is the first winner of the Michael Scott Manager of the Game Award, because he didn't do very much to win us this game, but he did a lot to lose it. But at the end of the day, man, he didn't lose it. He tried to, like, he had an early interception that got dropped. He had a late interception that got dropped. But at the end of the day, man, he was responsible for moving the offense. Or I think, well, majority of that credit can be given to Foreman. But, I mean, PJ did have the keys. His passer rating was a lot higher than last week. He at least had 100 yards. So, with that being said, man, PJ Walker, you are... Oh, what's this? Hold on. Before we move on. I call BS. One good drive. Good drive. About 3 passes. Hey, that's why I called him the manager. Hey, but I mean, that's why I called him. That's why I called him the manager of the game, though. I'm not saying he's the player of the game. I'm not saying he was. I could have gave him a "you should have stayed your ass in the locker room" award, but they did drop those interceptions. Like that. That's just how it happened. I totally agree with this. I 1000% agree with this. The rain definitely saved him from a couple interceptions. Like that first, except for that first one, the DB just dropped that first one. That was just ass on his part. Should have the lucky. Hold up, what's this? Should have the lucky charm. Should have saved the lucky charms award. Man, I really shouldn't I, man? I should have did the Lucky Charms award. Now, with that, with that being said, man, that brings me to the end of the awards. Now, I am going to go ahead and open up the call lines for anybody that actually wants to call in and chop it up with me. Now, you got the number down there on the bottom, as well as the access code. Go ahead and just call in, and I will see you, and I'll get you in on the show, man. All right, I'm the only one in here right now. So This thing is giving me freaking background music right now.
I'm from the foe.
I am tripping. My bad, y'all. All right, so man, what did you all think of the game of? Hold on, what we got right here? Man, Derek Brown is an absolute monster. Now, if you go back on my page, dog, like less than 2 months ago, like when the season had started, I was one of those people that was on the Derek Brown as a bus train. Ironically or not, I was like very, very upset with what dude was doing in his first couple years, but I didn't, I didn't see this like this breakout coming. Like a lot of people talk a lot of shit to me on social media because I got a lot of those videos still up, bro. Derek Brown has be out absolutely out there balling, bro. So like, hopefully this continues, and man, he deserve him and Burns deserve to be on a better team than this, man. So hopefully in the coming years we get better. Uh, I was surprised that Woods didn't get put out of the game. Did he not get two unnecessary roughness penalties? So when he got that second one on Drake, I could have sworn that he was just gonna get put out of the game, but I guess not. So I mean, maybe that's just on maybe that's a mistake on me. But I guess so. I guess so. Like when I was my more so my critique of Derek Brown was more so the fact that I was looking at him through the lens of the fact that he wasn't getting sacks. So I guess maybe that was a little bit more unfair on my behalf, because even still to this day he isn't just racking up sacks like game after game, but I guess it's the disruption, and I didn't have as much respect for the run, like for the run stuffing, but he wasn't as good as he is this year. So it's just that maybe my analysis of him in the past was more so a little bit unfair, but he wasn't this. the pop the Poppy Boucher Award. Man, I wish, man. But man, Xavier Ward ain't come in and save a thing. You think so? Like which penalties though? Which penalties were which penalties were the Phantom calls? Cause like I could see it. I can see why they threw the flags. Xavier was just smaller than him. Like let's say if Drake had hit him the same way that he had gotten hit with the size difference, that would have looked a lot worse. Those love tap calls. I mean, possibly, man. Those. Okay, I give it to you. Like Brad did pretty much just shake it off. He didn't really act like he was hurt. But in the way that they called the game, I'm surprised. But yeah. So but was it more than one of them? So was it because I could have sworn they called them for two of those. Yeah, so that's crazy. So I would assume like if you get two personal fouls, you get an ejection. Um yeah, that never came up. So shoot, maybe I'm tripping, or maybe I just don't understand the rule all the way. I'm not exactly sure. But yeah, man, like I said, if anybody wants to call in, chop it up with me on the actual call lines. If you want to just chop it up with me in the chat, man, I'm here for a while, man. I'm shoot. This is my first live stream. I was late, man. I know I'm shoot. So I appreciate anybody kicking it here with me. So man, while we sitting here doing this, man, let's actually go look at the box score for this game, man. So, hey, y'all, my people in dog. Um, my opinion of this, um, bruh, Dante Jackson holding something every game. I am with you on the fact that I don't want bruh to be hurt, but this is every game. Like this is every game that dude is down hurt with something. And like the joke on Twitter that I somewhat agree with, but it's just like I can't prove it. Everybody says dude is always hurt every time he get burnt. Now that's something I can't necessarily prove, but it is funny when I think about it because dude does constantly get burnt and he is always hurt. But on this play, like when he went down on this play, I'm not necessarily sure if that was the case, but yeah, I hope he not out for this season, man. But Dante Jackson is just a reminder of how like I'm pissed off that we didn't bring back like Gilly Lock, and like more so a reminder we chose to pay him and Ian Thomas when I believe that money, whatever they gave them, should have just like been spent on Hassan Reddick. Yeah, dog. Like everybody, like it's just like okay, bro. You hurt every game, but you miraculously get to come back in the game every single time. But you gave up that play. It was something wrong. You pull your hamstring every time. Yeah, that's BS, my boy. And I think everybody started to see it after a while. Like yo, Panthers Twitter wants to do like gone like yesterday. Like they absolutely hate that man. I ain't that much against him. Let me see who was the leading tackler in this joint. Wow, Terrace Marshall had one catch and he was the leading he is the lead receiver in this game. I just started him on my fantasy team this week, man, and absolutely one catch, 47 yards, that 43 yards, nothing. That's shoot, that's bad play calling. That's bad quarterbacking because if I'm a play caller with any team, I absolutely promise on everything I love. I'm throwing the ball at CJ Henderson 15 times a game. Dude go have to make a play because he's burnt toast every single time. I agree, but like what exactly what we're gonna get from him? Like what exactly for that D-Jack trade? Like we couldn't. You think you get a three? Like you think we get a three? Like he was a two when we got him. He got paid already. We drafted him in the second round. Like yeah, but that's what I think. I don't think he gets hurt every game. Like dude, probably get hurt every game because like if you out there like if you nicked like every single time you get burnt, you know what I'm saying? That just gets hard for me to believe after a while. But shoot, you never know. Hey, I would have taken it. Parlay one of those into a back to replace Hubbard, and I'd be fine, man. Like for real. Or honestly, like third or fourth round, our linebackers suck, man. Like I honestly, Shaq had a good game this game, man, but I think Shaq's past his time, and I think we need to outside of the QB man and maybe like a second corner because Dante's not it. I think more than anything, we need some linebackers, man. Like we do not have any guys right now. Like I've been most surprised with freaking like Louvu being a like absolute beast, yo. I did not see that coming whatsoever. He's a diamond in the rough, honestly. Dude had 12 tackles today. Louvu had 2 sacks. I didn't even know that. I knew he had one. Louvu had 2 sacks today. He should have. That I mean, that's where I always thought Shaq would flourish at the most. Is actually would be like in pass coverage because of his speed. He played both ways when he was in college. They always highlighted him in that way, but like he'll never be a Thomas. Like he's not Thomas Davis, but that speed, he had the potential to play similar to him, but he never reached Thomas Davis levels, man. But I thought he would be a monster in coverage, but yeah, he's I think he's on the downside now. He's like 29, but man, yeah. Yeah. Louisville is a beast, man. And what's crazy is, man, I joke with a couple people about the fact that like I think for real, Chin might be our best linebacker. Like honestly, like I know he's a safety, man, but like I think I look at him like Derwin James light, man. Like in the box, he's a monster. Close to the line, he's absolutely a monster. But when it comes to coverage, Chin is not the greatest in coverage. That's why I say he's more so of our best linebacker, just because of his physicality, his size. He's a beast when it comes to run defense, but I won't call him a liability in coverage. But he ain't Kurt Coleman. Yeah, he ain't Kurt Coleman whatsoever. But yeah, I'm tripping, man. I'm sitting here and I just realized that Frankie Louvu had 12 tackles, 2 sacks. He should have got an individual award himself. I guess this is my first time doing this joint live, so I pretty much rushed to get it out and get it done. But shoot, I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody coming through and kicking it with me on this joint so far, man. All right, so shoot. Look like probably no callers tonight. It's all good. But who is that core though? Like who would you consider the unmovables? The one that because they already feel as though it's clearly Burns. I would say what Burns, Brown, Horn. But outside of that, who is like who is solidify whose spot is well Chin, I guess Chin, but like whose spot is award. Yeah, man. Louisville was a monster. Louisville was gone a couple weeks. That pass rush was just terrible. He showed back up halfway through the season, and the Panthers are going to the Super Bowl. Have we seen enough? Have we seen enough out of Haynes though? Ain't this Haynes like fourth, fifth year? Like he isn't necessarily he wouldn't necessarily be considered a young player, would he? Gotta say, cause I did my research on him recently. I felt like I had been seeing his name for a while, but shoot, last year he was behind Burns, Reddick, and Gross Matos. So and this year he's still behind Gross Matos. So like I don't know. I like Haynes. I want to see more out of him. And yeah, Louisville definitely gotta. Uh, nah, not at all. I ain't even go cap, bro. I ain't even go cap. There's too many. There's too many problems. There's way too many problems with this team. Like from the top down, Wilkes still isn't proven. The defense is good. The quarterbacking is terrible. I'm still not completely sold. I'm still not sold on Ben McAdoo. So like it's a lot going on, man. Like that would be a crazy Cinderella story because the other teams in the division aren't good at either. But as far as like going on a win streak, they say we'd have to. I think they laid it out earlier today. We have to win all the division games. We only win like two, like only lose like three more games. I don't know, but only 25. Okay, I mean, like I said, I'm not calling them bad. It was just the fact that you included them in the young core. Um, what's the other guy? The D tackle, McCall. I think he flashed earlier in the year, man. All of these guys, all of the backup linemen, everybody has been more productive than Gross Matos. So man, I'm just happy to see that we have some people coming in there. Hey man, I know he had a good game and all, but I think you might have to chill. I think you might have to chill on that one. I think you might have to chill on that one. I mean, Gross Matos, he has to learn how to contain, but I'm not a heavy fan of the things that don't go on the box score. Get your ass back there and get some tackles, dog. I understand setting the edge, which would have been good against like Mariota, but when we're going against like Brady or somebody like that, bro, we need a pass rusher. Like fuck that edge. Like they not attacking it that hard. Like, bro, I think you gotta chill. You gotta chill on the Greg Hardy, man. You gotta chill on the Greg Hardy. He missed like 2 sacks, dude. That's the story of his career. He had 6.5 in 3 years. Like literally, he has. That's why I just dropped the video the other day about him being so bad. Like, dude, because people want to talk about him being like a project or something like. I'm like, dude, I don't want to hear that project shit, bro. Dude was drafted 38. That is 6 picks outside the first round. That's not a project. Dude is supposed to be a player. And with that, like, dude, we passed on Trayvon Diggs. Like in the second round, who was still available. We passed on Trayvon Diggs. We passed on Winfield, dude, the safety that played for Tampa Bay. We passed on Jalen Hurts. Like, bro, for this guy, absolutely, like, no. Gross Matos he's not it, nor yeah, he just ain't it, man. He just ain't it whatsoever. Hey man, but yeah, with that being said, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. This is my very first live stream. I'm gonna try to get into the habit of doing this more often, get it a little bit more professional, make sure I can be on time. Like my stream keys and stuff I got mixed up. It was tough. I had to download a whole bunch of different stuff, but like I said, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Who would have been a piece with Jalen Hurts? Okay. This is all right. Before I got out of here, this is I gotta ask because I like having a conversation because I never get to necessarily have a back and forth. Okay, with this being your opinion that we would have been a beast with Hurts. Do you feel like the Horn pick was a? Are you in the boat of the people that feel like the Horn pick was wrong last year, and we should have took we should have took Justin Fields? Cause I mean, Fields looking pretty good too. Cause I agree, Hurts would have been straight, but would he have been straight here? That's like the same. That's like the same as the J.C. Horn Fields argument. Hardy was the top 5. I mean, yeah, that's why I'm not talking down. I wasn't talking down on Hardy. I was talking down on the fact that you was comparing Haynes to Hardy. That's what I'm talking. I know. I'm giving Greg Hardy his flowers. I'm saying hold up on your swole up when it comes to doggone Haynes. The horn pick was a low key waste. Wow. I think this a little harsh, bro. Like, a waste. All right, so let me see. This was his 11th game ever. He got 3 picks. So what's that? High 20, about 20-some% of his games he got a pick in so far. I think he hasn't allowed any more than 25 yards all year. So he's a good player. It's just in comparison to like a quarterback. That's always the question. And this is what I agree with, and this is why I asked the question. Do you think Hurts would have still been Hurts over here? Do you think like if we would have drafted like Fields would it have been? Thank you. Yeah. I'm glad somebody else recognizes this, man. Like Yetur is not it, and I agree. I didn't know Haynes was only 25. I knew he had been in the league for a few years, but he needs to be on the field. He needs to be on the field more. I remember FA, man. I think he in Washington now with Coach Rivera. Obata was pretty good. He had a time. I could see that. I don't see why he wouldn't be. In the flashes that I've seen with him on the field, I don't see how he couldn't be or why he wouldn't be better than Obata. Okay. I mean, I don't know, man. That's hard to say. Like that's hard to say because I like Pat Surtain. Like their defense overall is just better. So I'd have to give you that. Yeah, that's true. I guess yeah. Yeah. Like he missed tackles is one thing if it leads to the gang tackle. You know, like if it leads to other people actually coming in and actually getting on and actually being able to make the tackle cool. I'm talking about he misses open field tackles. He doesn't play the angles well. He doesn't like yeah. I mean, but this right here. This right here was the dream. You know what I'm saying? This was the idea. But um yeah, it hurts to think about. Like it definitely hurts to think about because this was the continuation of what people envisioned, or I imagine people envisioned our offense being like when we originally drafted McCaffrey at the end of Cam's prime. Like just having two dynamic like athletes back there that can actually make plays in different types of ways. I think that's what they actually wanted to. Man, I wanted to see more of Terrace Marshall. Terrace Marshall last week had a breakout game, and I was actually happy to see him. I have been very down on him. I've talked a lot of shit about him this year. Just keeping it keeping it 100 with you. Like I was wondering, like because when it came to the things I was reading on Panthers.com and all the writers, they were saying that it was just a simple fact that he wasn't able to get on the field. I was wondering what was up with him and Rashard Higgins, who still can get on the field, but I guess it was a Coach Rule thing. He was a Joe Brady guy. They got rid of Joe Brady. You know, Joe Brady was his coach when they won the championship at LSU. Brady gone. I don't know if they wanted to keep him, but yeah, like it's definitely about time it's definitely about time we started playing him. There's no reason not to. It's not like Robbie Anderson was just out there doing so much more than him. But what was pissed me off the most was the simple fact that I don't know like what Sha Smith like caught Matt Rule doing where he like was blackmailing him into getting all of these like snaps. Like bro he had like 4 or 5 times more targets than DJ Moore earlier in the year, bro. It was absolutely crazy. Like you know what's crazy about this? This comment right here. Up until what was that? Either late third quarter, fourth quarter, when Brian Burns got that sack. I promise you, I promise you, I was about to put Brian Burns on the "You Should Have Stayed Your Ass in the Locker Room" award. On the list for the "You Should Have Stayed Your Ass in the Locker Room," because like, bro, this comment made me remember like Burns was the one that missed the tackle in overtime a few weeks ago that let Mariota get that 30-yard run for the kick at the end of the game. Burns is not showing up the way that Burns is not showing up the way that he should. He gets that 1 sack a game and it looks good on the stat sheet. But as far as like applying pressure throughout the game, Burns ain't giving like Burns has not been like he has not been he has not been it. Trimble ass need to go. Trimble ain't it, bro. I thought Trimble might have turned it around after he got that touchdown a few weeks ago. Trimble is not it, bro. Like no, we gotta drive somebody to replace him. And yeah, Deontay Foreman. But what's crazy is God sent them a lot sooner than we started using them though, bro. Like yeah, he a God sent, but like we ain't used bro for what was that? When did McCaffrey get traded? Week 7? Yeah, I think bro probably had less than 10 carries through 7 weeks. But that just goes to what I say, bro. The philosophy of this whole team was just terrible from the top down, bro. Rules, his decision making, his folks was just like terrible because Foreman is just like an absolute beast, bro. He give me Jay Stu vibes out there. Like I'm not ready to call him Jay Stu, of course, because Jay Stu's a legend. But he give me Jay Stu vibes. Burns gets highlighted on this team because nobody else is doing shit. And that's the guy's honest truth. I like Burns. Burns is a beast. Top 75 player. Top 100 player. He's at 76. But if we had one other player that was producing half of what he like anything off that line, dog, like outside of Derrick Brown, Burns wouldn't get the praise that he does, bro. He got half the team sacks, but as a team, we don't got that many sacks. I'm not sure. I mean, but that's my whole thing, and that goes back to my point about being pissed about D-Jack. Just like D-Jack and not Trimble, the other guy, the starter, Thomas. They chose to pay both their sucky asses in the offseason when that money could have just as easily been given to Hassan Reddick. And Brian Burns would have been just as good this year. I mean, even better. There's no reason why they chose a number 2 corner and a blocking, barely ever catching passes tight end over a pass rusher. That was just crazy. I don't know if Yetor's contract is up. I think Bruh got drafted. What was that? 2020. It's only his 3rd year, so I don't know when the option years kick in for like rookie contracts in the NFL, especially second round players. So I'm not sure. I think same with C.J. Henderson. We traded for him on his rookie deal too. So I'm not sure if those options pick up. It might be the same with Shenault. I think all of these guys might be traded on their rookie. Like they might have options for next year. So if so, I'd let Yetur go, let CJ go, let Tommy go. It's all good. Yeah, we saw this last year. That's Hassan Reddick is one of the reasons why Brian Burns is able to make top 100 because Burns has an issue with over pursuing a lot, but Hassan was there to clean it up. And if Hassan was there, if Hassan got there early, then Burns would be there to clean it up last year. So I mean that dynamic was always cool. Nah, yeah, Hassan, like, bro, he's absolutely balling. He's on an undefeated team right now. No guarantees in year 4. Oh, then yeah, drop his ass. Oh yeah, I'm about to say that. Yeah, we don't. There's no way. There's absolutely no way that you. There's absolutely no way, especially at the amount of with the amount of snaps that he's getting right now, and the predict. There is no way. CJ, did they already so they already picked it. CJ was a first rounder, so that might be different, right? I'm assuming CJ's a first rounder. Got any coaches you like to see come in? Because of what I because of what they got going on in San Francisco, I would love to see D'Amico Ryans come in. Um, who's the brother of the brother of the guy that's coaching in Green Bay? I forget his name, but one of LaFleur's brother. I think he's gonna. I think he'd be a really good coach, but it's gonna have to be somebody that it's gonna be an offensive guy because we're going to take a quarterback, and it's gonna be somebody that they're gonna match up with him. It's no point in saying Eric Bieniemy. That's just a pipe dream. That's never. I really don't never see that. I never see that happening. Not with a young guy. So man, I honestly don't know. I honestly don't know. Like, I honestly don't know. Yeah, Yetur is out the door. Um, my whole thing about Wilkes is I wish the whole Arizona thing didn't happen. Because if this interim job was his first opportunity, I think then the losses wouldn't matter. But this is about to be a half of an interim season that's going to be a losing season. On top of a losing season in your first go round that netted your team the first overall pick, meaning that you were the worst team in the league. So Wilkes would just be a faith thing. Yeah, Wilkes would just be a faith thing. I can't really to be fair. I understand. I understand this. I understand that he never got a. I understand that he never got a fair shot, and I also understand that it was Josh Rosen, but don't nobody give a damn that Hugh Jackson had Sideshow Bob Nim at quarterback for 2 years. Dude lost 32 games. Nobody go give a damn when it comes to looking at that man's resume and seeing that he got all them losses. I mean, I wish that it was taken into context like that, but I it's hard to believe that they'll give him the benefit of the doubt like that. Like, and I'm not trying to compare him. I'm not trying to compare him to Hugh. I think some other terrible team beat the Bucks this year too, man. The Bucks not good. I felt the you know what I'm saying? I felt the drama of that victory just like everybody else, but eh, the Bucks ass. Like they not good. They not or man, that was Brady 2 days after a divorce, man. That man wasn't ready to play football. Brady being the GOAT don't got shit to do with his team being bad. They are bad. they, they they are not the whole NFC South is ass right now. Like for real, for real. I'm saying, bro, like his wife got to be annoying than a motherfucker, right? Like, bro, is just like, bro, I ain't picking up nobody from school. Like, nah, bro, I got practice. I'm over that. They just saving it for the playoffs. I mean, somebody out the division got to make it. Yeah. I don't know about and they got injuries, they got all this, but like, yeah, yeah, bro, dude is not nah. He said Cancun is not for the family. That's for the off season. That's for me and the fellas. I'm not taking the kids to Cancun. Not at all. But like, man, yeah, they probably will turn it up in the playoffs. But I honestly, I always have blind faith in Jameis Winston for no reason. So I thought the Saints was gonna be pretty good, which was stupid. But mm, I don't even know what I want out of the rest of this season. Like a couple weeks ago, I was begging for Darnold to come back. And be my guest. I guess, man. We gotta take shots when we can, man. We don't get victories very often. We do not get to be on the top of the mountaintops very very often. So we gotta take our pound of flesh when we can. Talk shit when we can. Straight like that. Yeah, yeah. Hey, yeah, man. But I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down now. I'm going to try to start making this a weekly thing. Hopefully I can get more people to the live stream, get a little more interaction. I love to talk to people, bro. Like making the videos by myself is one thing, but actually getting to interact with people is hella dope. So I appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. I'll be here next week, man. And yeah, thank you, bro. Truly appreciate y'all, and I'll see y'all next time, man. Peace.